Okay, guys, so we finally, after waiting a whole month, like literally the last day of the month, we get our final DCEU Phase 1 slate that Peter Safran and James Gunn have created. I don't think it's all of Phase 1 or the first part of the DC universe, but it's a lot. I already know that because I've like heard of some of the projects, so that there's a lot. And since which I didn't know there was going to be like a 5 minute video to react to, so since there's a video to react to, let's just react to it because I figure that's probably the best way to like get the reaction and just the views and everything on the channel. So, I mean, I'm excited for this. I've heard a lot of great things. And one thing that I did hear while I was getting home from school that has nothing to do with like the DC slate and stuff is that James Gunn confirmed that they are going to run Superman and Lois for like 1 to 2 more seasons, which I wish that show could go on forever, but I am so happy that they're keeping that show alive. I just wanted to throw that out there because the Superman and Lois is like one of the best shows I've ever watched, and probably my favorite comic book show that I've ever watched because that show is just amazing. And if you guys haven't already, just go check out my reviews for it because, again, the show is just amazing. But yeah, I'm happy about that. But without further ado, let's get into the new DCEU and see if it's good or not. I mean, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm really excited. So let's get into it. So here we go. This is 6 minutes, and I gotta say, I'm excited. It says Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. So I assume that this is going to be the whole first phase of DC, which is going to be called Gods and Monsters, which is really cool. I'm already liking it, so let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time.
Yes, very.
It's one of our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And
yeah, like
if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of
DC
the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, what I'm about to tell you is a part of the first chapter. Cool. It's not the entire first chapter.
Okay, it's not the entire thing.
The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it.
I'm very excited for that,
actually. Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU.
A while ago. All right.
This is called Superman Legacy.
Film.
This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called
movie thing for DC.
This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan. And we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes.
All right.
We're doing a
That does
television
sound pretty
series
different
called
than, like,
Paradise Lost.
any,
Paradise Lost
like,
is the story
superhero
of
thing.
Paradise Island, usually known as
Paradise
Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's
like
gonna be so
Game
cool.
of Thrones with Westeros, but with all
Oh, that
the
sounds so
inhabitants of
sick.
Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman
more
is the brave and
Wonder
the bold.
Woman lore.
The Brave and the Bold is the
Batman
story of
movie?
Batman and his actual
And
son,
Robin?
Damian Wayne.
this is so
based
cool.
on Grant Morrison's great comic
yes, we're getting
book
a Batman
run.
and
Damian
Robin
Wayne
movie.
is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them.
That's gonna be such a good
and the beginning
film.
of sort of the Bat family in the DC.
That's gonna be an amazing
Next
movie.
up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one
Never
of
heard of
comics'
him.
really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day
James
and become
Gunn's
a
good at handling
superhero
losers.
so that
We know
people
that
will
with
love
the Guardians of the
him. It is
Galaxy and
basically the
Suicide Squad.
superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my
Exciting.
favorite comic
I
book
don't know who
series
that
from
is. I'll
last
do
year
the
was
research
Tom
on that.
King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
Superman is a guy
Is it gonna
who's
be the same
sent to
Supergirl
Earth
in,
and raised by
The Flash,
loving
though?
parents. Where Supergirl in this
Curious
story,
about that.
she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish
be the
in
same
some
Supergirl
terrible
from The
way.
Flash?
So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings
I'd
me
assume
to
so.
Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about.
Swamp Thing,
a
cool.
very dark horror story in the origins
Ooh,
of
horror
the
DC
monster
movie? Oh,
who
that's gonna
is
be fun.
Swamp Thing. And although
That's gonna be
it's
pretty
totally
fun.
outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories.
Oh, that's gonna
Anyway,
be that's
those
gonna
are
be
the
cool.
stories that I can tell you about right now.
can already tell
I've
they're gonna be
loved the
doing
DC
rated R and
characters since I was a
PG-13.
child. They're incredibly important to me.
DC should do.
I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different.
I'm
One
very
of the
happy with
things
that.
that's very
That's not a
important to
lot,
me in
but
all of these
I'll
movies
take
and
it.
TV series is that
It gives me hope
the
for
director's
James
vision
Gunn.
and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is
Even though I've already had a lot
unique
of hope for him
and
because
something
he's amazing.
special. Storytelling is always king.
Hope for the
That's all that
DCU
matters
is
to us. And I want to be true
super
to
high
those
right now.
stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you
This is
because
very
it's really
exciting.
exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Alright, so after that, I just gotta say, I mean, I'm looking forward to a lot of those. I think the ones that I'm most excited for after that are probably the Batman and Robin movie, the Green Lantern TV show, the Amanda Waller show, and the Superman movie, because all of those seem amazing. 2025 looks like it's going to be great for comic book movies in general, because you got Kang Dynasty, Fantastic Four, the new Superman movie, and the Batman 2, which is also confirmed. But, yeah, I'm trying to keep it really short here because I'm running out of time. But, yeah, very excited. Everything looks super exciting. The Batman 2 was also confirmed to be coming out in 2025. They also confirmed a Wonder Woman movie, I think, too. Like I mentioned before, Superman and Lois is saved, which is really amazing. I'm so happy about that. And, yeah, I mean, I always say this, and whenever I do, I get so scared, but I finally think that the DCEU is looking bright and has a bright path ahead of it, and yeah, it's really exciting. And according to James Gunn, like what he said in that video, it seems like Shazam, The Flash, Aquaman, Blue Beetle will all be sort of like still relevant to the new DC universe, because it sounds like they're like reworking it to be able to fit into that universe, or just make sense to be in it, I guess, but we'll see when those movies come out. I'll be watching them no matter what. So, yeah, I mean, make sure to subscribe for more DC content because this is really big and I'm so excited. Like, I'm just super excited for the DC universe now. I mean, I'm excited for all the movies this year, but I'm getting really excited for the rest of the projects. And that wasn't even like half of their first phase. So, I'm excited to see what else they have planned because this... I mean, I hate saying this because I feel like I'm going to regret it in like 2 weeks, but DC's really looking great right now. And, yeah, I'm going to regret saying that in like a few weeks because something bad's going to happen. But, yeah, make sure to subscribe for more because I am so excited for what DC has in store after this because this is actually crazy.